Handling legal matters is stressful. So, let the law offices of Frank Bruno Jr. provide you with the insightful counsel you deserve. The law offices of Frank Bruno Jr. has successfully handled thousands of cases for 25 plus years. They focus on elder law and estate planning, but are equipped to navigate you through all stages of family law and divorce to real estate law and probate. The law offices of Frank Bruno. Call 718-418-5000 or visit them at frankbrunolaw.com. That's frankbrunolaw.com. Frank Bruno. He's your numero uno.
Greg Kelly on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Roger Stone, the political legend, joins us once again. The Stone Zone. Roger, so good to have you here. What are you thinking right now? Man, oh man, oh man.
Well, first of all, James Rosen, great reporter, as you know, illegally and unconstitutionally spied on by the Obama White House. Outrageous. Great book, The Strong Man about John Mitchell. But look, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I did call this 3 years ago, actually. I said that Biden would not be up to the job, that he would ultimately be replaced. I still believe if they throw this to an open convention and the convention is allowed to work its will and draft a candidate, that candidate would be Michelle Obama. But there are a lot of problems here because even though I think that there was a willful effort here to schedule the debate much earlier than ever. In fact, we've never had a presidential debate before either candidate was legally nominated for president. And it was amazing to me the coordination in which everybody in the Democrat media establishment across the board in lockstep almost immediately after this disastrous debate said Joe has to go. Joe has to step aside. It's as if, I don't know, maybe, Greg, it was set up that way. Maybe it was coordinated that way. Sure looked that way to me.
So how would that work? I mean, maybe do they actually have to be notified, or is there some sort of like mass internal barometer that everybody they knew, okay, this can't last, and we had this suspicion anyway. So because I just don't think that. Look, I agree with you, but I'm just curious about the mechanics of it. We got 6 columns in the New York Times that say he should get out. I feel like it's hard for me to imagine that they were all sent an email giving them permission to do this. I feel like it's like the winds. Everybody sensed the winds at the same time. A lot of stuff is unspoken. And conspiracies, sometimes the best conspiracies are never actually articulated out loud. Do you know what I mean?
You may be right. It may just be elitist opinion. It may just be a fear that Donald Trump is on his way back to the White House. And good God, this guy from Delaware can't possibly stop him. But there's also a lot of mechanical problems. So, for example, Greg, it's too late to get Biden off the ballot in Wisconsin. It's too late to get him off the ballot very shortly in Georgia. It's too late to get him off the ballot, absolutely, in Nevada. 2 swing states there. Very soon it will be too late to get him off the ballot in Texas. So they're going to have to move quickly if they're going to move to replace him. But there's no question that the overwhelming consensus among Democrats, among Democrat Party leaders, and their handmaidens in the legacy media seems to be in lockstep today that Joe must go. Then the question becomes, how do the mechanics of that work? If Joe has enough delegates now to be nominated, and he does, he simply has to release his delegates, announce that he's not resigning as president because he doesn't want to lose the ability to pardon himself and his brother and his son and other members of the Biden crime family, but that he's simply not running. Then they have a Kamala Harris problem. She, under normal circumstances, as you know, as a sitting vice president, she'd be next in line. But the same Democrats who know Joe can't win know that she can't win either. Perhaps they being the Obamas, who I really think are the titular and de facto head of the Democrat Party, offer her the first available Supreme Court seat if she will simply step down. Hillary Clinton will rear her ugly head here. She'd love to be vice president under a frail Joe Biden, or maybe she'd even like to opt for the top spot. I think it's difficult for them, just given the makeup and the importance of race within their party, to replace Kamala Harris or to bypass her, I guess I should say, with someone who is white. So I think that's a problem for Gavin Newsom. Could be a problem for Hillary Clinton.
Not a problem for Michelle Obama. She comes in and nobody, Kamala who? Everybody forgets. And it's the ultimate game changer. I think that's where this is going. People in the know still say I'm crazy. Michelle doesn't want it. But if Michelle wants it, and she does, everything changes. Wouldn't you agree?
Greg, I've been saying this for 3 years. I said it at Turning Point USA. You can go online. I have been predicting it would be Michelle Obama for some time. Now, she won't run. She'll allow herself to be drafted. She will be the popular choice of a runaway convention, and she'll say, oh, no, okay, I'll do it. I think that's exactly what happens. She has no political record to attack in a campaign. She's never staked herself out on issues, has no voting record, no policy positions. Yes, I think that is their strongest candidate. And then, of course, if she took Hillary Clinton for vice president, she'd need a food taster. So that gives you Gavin Newsom. And Newsom will be told he can have the vice presidency, but he's got to bring $700-800 million in special interest money to the ticket.
Hey.
Which he can do.
Well, one thing about Gavin Newsom, I think he made a big mistake. He's been overexposed for the past 8 months, and he did some damage to himself along the way. There's something about him that doesn't work anymore. He was like the bright, shiny new thing, and now he's not. He's the Cory Booker of 2024. He's going away. Let me ask you this. Let's talk a little bit about Donald Trump's night. We know Joe was terrible. I don't think Donald Trump is getting enough credit for being spectacular. I mean, totally on. I mean, it was a perfect. 99.9% I give him on the grade.
I totally agree. Extremely disciplined, cool, under fire, unflappable, stuck to the key points that he had decided he needed to make, talked about the positive aspects of his record. I don't know what it is with Joe. I mean, he's delusional about the facts. I'm sorry, but Trump did not lead Joe Biden an economy in shambles. That's just a lie. Just like the losers and suckers that they recycled again. That's a lie, too. Trump never said that about our veterans. 20 people were there. 19 people said he never said it. One guy who he fired said he said it, and that was after the guy was fired. So there's his motive to lie. Then they recycle the Charlottesville thing yet again, as you mentioned. Who's lying? I would say they had the preponderance of lies last night. Trump pretty much stuck to his record and the fact that the world is on fire. The country is in chaos under the sky. Biden seems to be delusional. Nobody in the military died on his watch. Perhaps he doesn't know what really happened in Afghanistan. Trump was excellent last night. I gave him an A+ as well.
You know, the face of Joe was wild. You know, just you watch it with the sound off if you want. I mean, that big jack-o'-lantern, his mouth agape, sometimes, terror, sometimes just he looked like he was in a stupor. It was amazing that nobody told him, hey, you're going to be on camera when you're not talking. He lost without talking. I actually declared the debate over at 9:23. I put out a tweet. I should have put it out earlier. But it took me a while to find my phone. 9:23. I said it was over. All right, Roger. So, also the January 6th guys just got a great ruling today. Where is Donald Trump now? I guess he's going to have a big rally in a little while, right?
That is my understanding. This is a victory lap that he well deserves to take. Look, he is so different than every politician I've worked for. I worked for several presidents, as you know. He never did these debate preparations where somebody plays Joe Biden and they role play. He spent very little time preparing. He knows his mind. He knows what he wants to say. I spoke to him before the debate. He's cool as a cucumber. I mean, he seems to be impervious to stress. It is really amazing. By the way, that's the kind of man you want as president.
He's so unique, so interesting. And Roger Stone saw the potential, in like 1981, I think it was, 82, something crazy like that. I mean, it was a long time ago. And Roger, you helped make this happen. And the country is indebted. Maybe a lot of them don't realize it. They don't understand, but we are. Roger, we can catch you at the Stone Zone and tell me more. Where else? What else is going on?
The Roger Stone Show at 77 WABC Sunday from 4 to 6. Any place in the planet, you can dial into WABCradio.com on your computer from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern on 77 WABC, the crown jewel of talk radio.
Absolutely. It sure is. Privileged to have you as a colleague, Roger. To be continued, and we'll be right back.
Greg Kelly